Find the focus, directrix, and focal diameter of the parabola y squared equals negative 6x. Then sketch a graph of the parabola and its directrix. In this case, because it's the y that's being squared, we want to write this in the form y squared equals 4px. Now, we're given y squared equals negative 6x, so we want to factor negative 6 so that one of the factors is 4. Basically, we want to express negative 6 as 4 times something. And that ends up being 4 times negative 1.5, or negative 1.5, or negative 3/2. However you want to write that, the value of p here is going to be negative 1.5. So now that we have that, we can figure out what the focus and the directrix and the focal length and all of those things are going to be. So the vertex is still going to be 0, 0. Then the focus, we know, when we're in the form y squared equals 4px, is going to be the point p, 0, which in this case is going to be negative 1.5, 0. So let's start plotting these. Actually, the vertex is the origin. The focus is negative 1.5, 0, so that's 1.5 units to the left of the origin. Then we have the directrix, which is given by x equals the opposite of p. In this case, that's going to be x equals positive 1.5, because the opposite of negative 1.5 is positive 1.5. So that's going to be a vertical line that goes through 1.5 on the x-axis. And so here, because our vertex is at the origin and the focus is to the left, this is going to be a parabola that opens to the left, but we need the focal diameter to figure out about how wide that's going to be. So let's look at the focal diameter length, which we know is given by the absolute value of 4p. In this case, 4p is negative 6. 4 times negative 1.5 is negative 6, and the absolute value of negative 6 is positive 6. So our focal diameter will have a length of positive 6, which means from the focus, it's going to go up 3 units and down 3 units. So it has a total length of 6 units. And then once we have that, we can use it to guide us in drawing our parabola so that the width there is appropriately long. And so this is a graph of our parabola with the focus and the directrix drawn in. And so this is our final answer.